Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm going live on several platforms now. So if you are just joining in, you should wait a little before I start. But if you're joining in from after I've done this video, just skip the first 1 or 2 minutes because first 1 or 2 minutes I'll just be waiting for people to join in. So how are you guys doing? Once you're on, just click the just let me know in the comments if you're on, all right? And this is a good moment for you to join my or join me on other social media handles. Go to Instagram and join me. Instagram, just look for at real Dave Partner on Instagram, all right? And then Twitter, I am Dave Partner on Twitter. Go and follow me, okay? You guys on YouTube, how you doing? I can see that there's already a lot of people on YouTube. How you doing, guys? Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy lockdown Sunday. So I can see your comments. So if you're dropping comments, I'll see it and I'll respond to it. Sal, how you doing? Please, when you're dropping comment, let me know which country you are in and how it's going down there. All right. I'm good, Charlie. Ebere Chuku, how you doing? Okay, so we want to talk about 5G. The whole of yesterday, my social media handles were filled with 5G, 5G, coronavirus, 5G, coronavirus, 5G. So I decided, like, okay, let's have some time and talk about it. All right. 5G versus coronavirus. Hey, Jane Osas. How you doing, Jane? Okay, so I'm good. I'm good. We're on lockdown here. I'm in Nigeria at the moment. I'm good. We're on lockdown. Hey, yeah. We're getting to the point. Waiting for some people to join in. All right. So, how you guys doing? And I hope you guys saw the whole social media brouhaha on 5G versus coronavirus. And in case you don't know, the 5G conspiracy has been on YouTube. I've been seeing videos on 5G since 2 years ago. People have been coming up with different conspiracy theories on 5G. All right, like there are some elaborate videos on 5G. Like if you watch it, you think the world is about to come to an end. But what's happening is basically, um, initially, the whole thing was about the conspiracy theories were like it's a battle between China and the US. And basically, it's not just conspiracy theory. It's not all conspiracy theory because actually there's a battle because the next generation of devices will depend on 5G to function. Now, the country that determines the standards for this 5G is going to rule the world for the next generation. And who knows the next one that will come. So currently, the countries at the forefront are basically China and the US, because we know that that's where Russia is just standing by the side. Putin has his own game plan, you know? So that's how it has been. And if you have been watching all those videos, they basically say that, look, whoever determines the standards for 5G is going to rule the world for the next few years. Okay, so remember right from when we had 2G, 3G. 3G was like in the early 2000s or so. 4G, and then now we're talking about 5G. All right. So people have been asking what is this 5G? Some people understand what it is. Some people don't even know what is 5G. They're just saying 5G, like 5G, like what? So sometimes if you look at your phone settings, you will see 2G, all right? Then your phone network settings, you see 3G, then you see 4G. All right. Now we have 5G. 5G is like the next generation of, just see it as internet speed. In a layman's language, it's basically defining internet speed based on bandwidth. So currently the 4G bandwidth is stopping at like one gigabits. That's the maximum speed of 4G bandwidth. But when it comes to 5G, 5G will get up to 20 gigabits. So 5G will be several times over faster than 4G. Whatever your phone is able to do now, if it has 5G capability and you have 5G network, you'll be doing that 20 times faster. 20 times faster. Hey, what's to systems that have live that do live service? In fact, I was reading the other day, not confirmed, but I was reading that the UK government asked services like YouTube and Netflix to reduce their bandwidth, all right, so that every other person will be able to tune in terms of people like Skype and Zoom that do voice calls and video calls so that they'll be able to tune in. The reason why they want YouTube and Netflix to slim down or reduce their bandwidth is because many people in the UK are now working from home. So they shouldn't experience lag in internet connectivity when it has to do with work. So now everybody, the whole of today, you'll be noticing that your internet is very, very slow in most parts of the world. If you're noticing that slow internet, please let me know in the comments. So the reason it's slow is because they are probably giving priority to other kinds of services that probably support, I'm just guessing right now, okay, probably support church services so that people will be able to tune in all over the world to their different services and not have, I believe that by the end of today or so, the internet might speed up again. So the thing is that they didn't expect so many people to come online so fast. Because of this COVID-19 lockdown, so many people decided to go online, and that's kind of putting a stress on the whole internet infrastructure we have. So people that are opposing 5G, 5G is going to come. Yeah, Matthew, I am he. All right. Let me speak in some languages. I'm he. Yes, it's very slow in Lagos. Where are you guys? Are you experiencing serious slow internet service today? Let me know. Okay, so I'm just guessing that the reason it's very slow is because, of course, they're expecting, they want people to be able to tune in to their different church services, all right, without experiencing a lag, all right. If my guess is right, then that means before the end of today, the whole speed will come back to manageable, but it's still not up to what it used to be before the lockdown. All right, like I told you, I read somewhere that, yeah, they say that they're going to give priority to certain kind of services over others. No matter, let me tell you something, no matter how slow your internet is today, if you put on Skype and make a Skype call, it will be normal. I experienced it today. Same thing with Zoom. If you get on Zoom, Zoom call will go normally, like there's no lag in internet. But if you want to open something like Facebook, now I'm on Facebook Live and everything is flowing relatively normal, not perfect. I can see that I'm cracking on Facebook. Yes, UK. You guys are on top now. Now you guys get internet now. Bob said UK, no problem on the internet. Okay, so because of so many people coming online on the internet at the same time due to massive lockdown all over the world, it's putting a big stress on the internet infrastructure. So there is no way we are not going to get to 5G. 5G is unavoidable. Because to be able to carry so much load and do so much internet with the expected speed, we're going to get to 5G. So if you're opposing 5G, forget it, it's going to happen. Like highest opposition you can do on me that we can do is on Twitter. We'll go to tweet. Go to Twitter and tweet opposition, all right? When the government is ready, they will implement 5G, all right? So that's the way I see it, at least. Thanks, Richard. Thanks. I'll keep up the good work. Yeah, in Senegal, you said the internet is okay. In Lagos, the internet is dead. Jude, what's up? I'm good. Okay, so at the end of the day, 5G is going to come. It's going to come. Yeah, now, a lot of people have concerns with respect to 5G. Me, personally, I have concerns and I did a lot of research. Even now, I'm not 100% convinced that it's 100% safe. All right? But I did some research, and from my research, from my own personal opinion, it's safe to a very good extent. All right. All the things that are saying that is not safe are unconfirmed. Some of them are conspiracy theories. Some of them are assumptions. All right. But according to scientific standards and tests, the thing is okay. Okay. So I'll get into that in detail, but just don't forget to go and subscribe. Follow me on Insta. All right. Let me try and get me on Instagram so that I can drop comments and you guys can, I'll drop the link so you guys can follow me. How you doing? Yes, I'm coming live today showing my face. So basically 5G is going to come. There's no avoidance. The way we had 2G, 3G, I don't even know whether we ever had something like 1G. I've never heard that. All right, maybe it exists. I've never heard it. But the way we had all those things is the way we are going to have 5G. Forget it, it's going to happen. That one is certain. In fact, some countries have already either partially or fully implemented 5G. All right, some countries already, like China has implemented it. The way they did it is that, 5G requires higher bandwidth. So they basically put it at the upper limits of the 4G bandwidth. So in some places, you still see 5G operating with the same infrastructure of 4G. All right, I'm trying not to use all the technical terms, but you get what I'm saying. So the 5G that is available in all countries now is not even the expected speed of 5G. It's like the below, lower. If you look at the lower limits of 5G, low frequency 5G, below it is where they're implementing 5G now. Below it, that's where you see the upper limit of 4G. So they are implementing 5G on top of the current infrastructure they have. So even though these countries that have implemented 5G, they must have been experiencing better speed, but it's still nothing to compare to what 5G is supposed to be. All right, so 5G. So if you're on Facebook or if you're watching me from Facebook, don't forget to drop your comments. I'm reading your comments as I'm doing this so I can respond as we're going. All right. Okay, so 5G is coming in China. They have implemented 5G. All right, China wants to, like I told you, is a battle. Any country that is fully that determines the standards for 5G is a country that will lead. For now, there is no universal standard for 5G. It's just a range. Now they're just giving a range. All right, between 4 gig to like I think 100 gigahertz, just a range. And now the thing is that no 5G implementation has even entered that range. They are still implementing it on 4G LTE. Now, the thing with 5G is there's a problem there because that range, the more you go up, the more you start interfering with the range that the satellites that are orbiting the Earth. The satellites, they are communicating the weather for the Earth using that 4G. Sometimes I see people predicting weather. That's an ancient art. Nowadays, you just open your phone is going to tell you weather. In fact, if you want to know the weather of the day in your city in 2025, just type it on Google. Ask Google, what will it be on, what would the weather be on, you type the date, 2nd of January 2025. Google will tell you. Because what, there are satellites orbiting the Earth, all right? And they are doing the calculations to predict the weather. And the art for the science behind weather prediction is not even new. It's hundreds of years old. Galileo predicted weather of the Earth for up to 1,000 years. This is when they are still inventing telescope. You know what will be Galileo? Several years ago, he predicted it. Hey man, do you know the kind of Summer Springs? How you doing? Yeah, do you know how many people I'm seeing on chats on live today because because I'm showing my face. Okay, give me a second. I'm looking for something. The way this new YouTube is structured, man, you're going to search. I don't know where they kept so many things. All right, Facebook people, how you doing? Okay, so the whole 5G thing is going down. You understand? Shit is going down. 5G full time. So people that are opposing it are still doing a lot of speeches, gathering congregation to tell them that 5G is evil. We're going to resist it. You can't resist a new technology. How long can you resist it? How long can you resist a new technology? Just like when now phones came, okay, they are banning phones in school. They are banning phones in, they say secondary school students cannot use phone. How long are you going to resist it? One day it will be impossible for a secondary school student not to use phone. You can't resist it. For even now, for just for the security of the students, you give them a phone so that if you look for them, you can be able to call them on phone. You know, every new technology that comes that is going to change that era is usually resisted. Just like every new generation, the old generation resists them. Okay? Every time a new generation comes, the older guys will start acting as if their age was the best. You know what I'm saying? Some of them will start acting like, man, this is when we were young, we used to do this, we used to do now everywhere scattered, this, that. You will always hear that. Always. Every new generation does that. So now we have the Malian crew, the Malian generation. You know, some of us can't even understand why would somebody be that crazy, you know? No belts, no manners. We will think that these guys have gone crazy. But when they come of age, you see that they will even achieve more than we did. That's why the Earth has been progressing. So I'm just going to give a little history of previous technologies that have come that people resisted for different kinds of reasons. And at the end of the day, they found out that they can't even do without that technology they've been resisting. I posted it yesterday. I saw some comments. So there are of course unlimited number of them, but I'm going to start with the ballpoint pen. You know, before the way they used to write is they have a box of ink. Some of you that are over 300 years old, you know what I'm talking about. They used to have a box of ink. You dip your pen in that ink or feather, all right? Then you write, you dip, you write, dip. You have to be extremely careful, number one, so that the ink will not splatter on the paper you're using to write. Okay. Then you have to be careful so that it will not pour on your clothing. So there are a whole lot of things you have to be careful on when writing. Hey, what's up, Emmanuel? How you doing? I salute you back, Emmanuel. Hey, Eunice said it's nice seeing you, man. Eunice, how you doing? His Majesty. Yes, yes, yes. I'm addressing that. It says that 5G is a killer. Yes, we're going to talk about that. So when the ballpoint pen came, that is the current pen we use. I don't know if I have any ballpoint pen around. The current Bic, I think that's the brand in Nigeria, Bic, Biro, whatever. Okay, at the tip of the pen, you see a tiny little ball. When it came, people were like, Felicia from Liberia, how you doing? So when the ballpoint pen came, people were like, they should ban this thing. It's making students lazy. Students should learn to write the normal way, which is deep ink and blah, blah, blah. Guess what's happening now? Everybody's using ballpoint. Everybody. That kind of ink pen is gone forever. Nobody writes with that again. You know? So that was how the world overcame ballpoint. When calculators first came, some of you that grew in the 60s, you know, they banned calculator from school. Even as recent as 10, 15 years ago, I don't know currently, you can't use calculators in junior secondary school exams like JS, what do you call it, WAEC, junior WAEC. You can't use calculator. You understand? You have to get to senior WAEC because calculator is supposed to make you lazy. How long are they going to resist the use of calculators? Calculators introduced a new age, and that age is an age where human beings don't need to do calculations offhand. You just need to know what you're looking for, how to find the period. Give me a calculator. Same thing with computers. I don't need to do all the maths and calculation in my head, but why do I have to know the whatever of the periodic table? You know, how do I have to know how many millimeter make one? I don't need to know it offhand. I just need to type it on Google. There's something called Google. You type it there, give you answer, you carry it and go. You understand? So, but at the time this technology was coming in, they didn't know that this is how it's going to play out. So they think it's going to spoil things. It's not going to spoil things. You have to embrace it. It's a new technology. You get? So every new age comes with its own technology that will define it. Remember when TVs came? We had religious groups in Nigeria that opposed TV. They say that it's the channel of the devil to broadcast his agenda to the world. And blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, the same people that opposed it are the same people using it to broadcast their own message. Because at the end of the day, you find out that a technology cannot be good or evil. It's the way you use it. It's like a tool. A gun is not good or evil. Is a gun good or evil? It's not good or evil. It's the way you use it. True or false? Should I write down? Should I go deeper? Should I increase the volume? Yes, I remember 4-figure table. Is it junior or senior WAEC? They will give you numbers. You'll be looking for numbers at the back of the list. You don't need to know that. Just type it on Google. All right? Or whatever software you're using. Engineering software to give you. So at the end of the day, what you notice is these technologies always face challenges. So when TVs were coming, we had a lot of opposition. People were like, everybody should destroy their TV. I know people that brought out their TV and then destroyed it. All right, they use something and hit it on the middle of the compound that is going to make children see there are so many bad things going on in the television they don't want children to see. Then they destroyed it. At the end of the day, what happened was that these people raised children that didn't know much about the world. Imagine growing all your life, you never watched TV and you show up at the age of 18. Imagine how many things so many people have not traveled out of their country, but they know a lot. They know the best musicians in the US, they know the best scientists, they know this, that. Like if you go to the US from Nigeria, for instance, it's not going to be much of a shock to you. You have already seen a lot in the movies. So, but if you didn't have TV. It's gonna be a big shock. Like, you imagine how many things about life you will not even know. So before these people found out, it took years before they found out that, oh, TV itself is not actually bad. What you should do is to have something called parental control. You understand? You limit the stations your kids should see, period. It's the way you use it. I'm not a lecturer, but I'm not a lecturer, right? So, Gab said carry on. Yeah, I'm carrying on, man. So Kelly Job, okay, I'm coming to that. We are going to address that. I'm not happy seeing anybody so far anything. All right. So eventually people found out that TV was not bad. Okay, it's just the way it is being used. All right. Some people can use it for different kind of things. So they started using TV for their own agenda, which is promoting their own gospel or message. And now they are some of the highest users of TV. All right, cable television. They have channels. So right now, we're having a situation. There was a time BVN came. Who remembers when BVN came? I think it started in the time of Jonathan and ended up in the time of Buhari, where the federal government said every individual must have a number that can tell the government how many bank accounts they have. So they're going to consolidate all your bank accounts using one number. This helped them track crime. You can't have 50 bank accounts. They're going to consolidate everything. So if they're looking for money and they know your BVN, they can check all your bank accounts. All right. That thing is revolutionary. Many people don't understand. That thing is seriously revolutionary. It's just that we have not started exploring the full potentials of it, but it's supposed to seriously slash crime. Okay, but the message that was going around in WhatsApp is like the biggest, the world's hub of conspiracy theories. WhatsApp is where anybody that, you know how many voice messages I've heard over coronavirus, over 5G? In the past 1 week, every day somebody's forwarding me voice message. Every day somebody's forwarding me voice notes. Every blessed day. What's wrong? What's happening? So WhatsApp is where you see all those things. So let me see some comment. Hey Henry, what's up? I enjoy your teachings. Jane, thanks. So when BVN came, what happened was people were forwarding messages on WhatsApp saying that BVN is the 666. You understand? They're supposed to bring everything together into one number. That's the one number that was prophesied, and this, that, there is a mark of the beast and all. At the end of the day, as usual, you don't have any option. When the age for any new idea comes, you can't resist it. It's either you adapt or die. Now, if you don't have BVN, you can't even open bank account. So that's why I'm telling people 5G is coming, okay? Just relax your mind. The resistance doesn't mean anything. When it will come, you as an individual, you can't even stop it. I saw that some people were burning 5G masts in the UK. How many masts can you burn? Do you think that if UK government sees that China is going to become world power above them because of 5G, that they will not implement it and put security there? You get what I'm saying? If it gets to the point that they massively upgrade everything from 4G to 5G, if you destroy the mast in front of your house, you will not have network. That's the way it works. So when a new technology comes, forget it, it is taking over. It's a government thing. All right, so BVN has come and gone. Everybody has implemented BVN. They now saw that, oh, we didn't all die. The end of the world did not come. Okay, finally it's good. All right, so there's always this fear for new technology. Big fear for new technology. For instance, now we have driverless cars coming, and they have been testing driverless cars for more than 10 years now. They have been testing it. So many companies have secret driverless cars projects. For instance, Apple has been doing secret testing on driverless cars. When it's going to come, I bet you some people are going to say that it's Ghost that is driving it. Before you enter, you have to sprinkle anointing oil or whatever before you enter. You get what I'm saying? The resistance will be there. In fact, in some countries, they are going to fight because it's going to take the jobs of the drivers. They are going to fight it. But eventually, you will see that that's the way it's going to work. Once it comes, it comes. Yes, WhatsApp is like the hub, and there's no way to police it. WhatsApp is like the hub of erroneous messages. Maya, I'm looking at what you're saying. A lot of somebody from nowhere will record voice message, and if you see the confidence they are using to talk, you think it's true. When you go to Google and type it, you'll see that this guy is just blabbing, you know, and at the end they'll tell you, share it, share it, share it to 20 people, or you will not make heaven, or you will die, or something. Before you know, the thing is going viral. So now we're at the age of 5G, all right? What is it about 5G that's making people scared? And I said that some people are just hearing about 5G this month because, or even yesterday, some people heard about 5G first time yesterday. But if you've been the kind of online person, you would have known that 5G has been in talks for years. In fact, conspiracy theories about 5G started, for me, I started seeing them on YouTube around 2-3 years ago. Then it was going a different direction. But now, finally, coronavirus have come. And then because of coronavirus, somebody was able to spin it. Let me tell you something, in YouTube, if you do something that goes against what everybody is expecting or everybody agrees with, you get a lot of views, especially if you try to put some points to sound like you're academic. So most people that do these things, they don't believe it. For instance, the Flat Earth Society. People that believe, that say that they believe that the world is flat, okay, like a table, not round like a globe. The leaders of those societies don't believe it. They're just using it to get views. So be careful when you see things online like that that look like they're wonderfully made, but they're not. You get? So some people have been commenting, I've been seeing already, like I said, I'm coming to that, where people are saying that 5G is radiation. We're going to talk about that right now, okay? So we can see together whether it's radiation or not. Don't go anywhere. What I want you to do is to like this and subscribe. If you're just watching me, subscribe, share this video. Can you take a moment to share this video and quickly come back? So share, click the share button and share the video, right? Quickly. Let's talk about if 5G is actually radiation or not. Okay? Share the video, share. So there's been conspiracies, and some of these conspiracies have been spun by people we look up to. Like somebody said the other day that the Pope is part of the cause of coronavirus, and that's why Italy is being attacked. And this guy has congregation of hundreds of thousands of people. So many millions of people tune in every Sunday to his live service, and he's saying the Pope is the cause. Like, seriously? You understand? Real human beings are dying in Italy. Do you know how many people are dying in Italy today? 700 to 1,000 people are dying per day. Like, they say they have run out of cemeteries in Italy. They are now constructing makeshift cemeteries. They can't even send the bodies of the dead to their families. They have to cremate them because they're still contagious. And somebody is saying that the Pope is part of the cause of coronavirus. Like, seriously? Like, why would you say such a thing? So, guys, I'm trying to drop the link. All right? Make sure you share. How many people have shared this and like? Let me see how many likes we can get. Like. I'm seeing that we have 16. The like icon looks like a thumbs up. Looks like a thumbs up icon. Please drop the like. Click that thumbs up. Click it. All right? How many people? Click. Yes, share. Maya, thanks for sharing. Yes. Emmanuel says, what I want to know is whether this 5G has any link to coronavirus. That's what I want to answer now. And like as usual, I want to give actual realistic things, facts you can go with, okay? And give you reference to do your own research, not just telling you yes or no. Okay, so yes, 32 more people. Please, I can see how many people you are watching this. Please just click that thumbs up icon. Click it. All right. Okay, I have a Telegram group, let me not forget, where I post a lot of things that I can't post on YouTube. So please join my Telegram group. Okay, I'll put the link once I'm able to on the chat. All right, or once you drop off this live service. Did I say live service? Okay, once you drop off this live video, all right, check in the comments. Okay, there's a thumbs up icon and click on it, smash. All right, with respect to 5G, the thing is, 5G is kind of radio frequency, just like 4G, 3G. They fall under radio frequencies, okay? And they are non-ionizing radiation. That's the kind of radiation they emit, non-ionizing. And according to scientific tests, non-ionizing, they are so low the radiation they emit are so low that it can't even harm the human being. All right? The radiation, all phone networks, all your radio station, okay? All those radio things, they emit radiation, but the radiation is so low, it can't harm human beings. Not just human beings, it can't harm living things. It's so low. All right, so 5G still falls under this low radiation. Now, the thing is that the range at which 5G is functioning is very high compared to the range at which 4G is functioning. But the thing is that there are already equipment functioning at that range already. For instance, I said the satellites that are orbiting the Earth, the range of frequency they have is something above what or the current phone networks are using, so that there won't be interference. This satellite, I think there are over 3,000 satellites orbiting the Earth. Okay, so these satellites, they are getting some of them, right? Not all. Some of them are for defense. Some of them are checking the weather in certain areas. So they consolidate the data and then they beam it to something like Google. I'm explaining it in layman's language. So they check the weather in different parts of the world. Then Google or Facebook or whatever collects this weather. Then they can predict the weather. They can tell you whether it will rain. If you check your phone can predict weather. So these satellites that collect this data, they operate at a certain frequency range so that they don't interfere with phone calls. Now, 5G is going to enter there. So one of the challenges they're having is that, hey, look, we have to find a way to resolve this possible interference that will happen in the future. And I'm telling you already, countries that have implemented 5G have not even implemented it in the proper range for 5G. They are still implementing it below 5G where 4G is, so that it can the current telecommunication networks can be able to use their 4G infrastructure to implement 5G. Hope it's making sense. So you see, even there is already equipment functioning at the range of 5G already. So if they are going to cause whatever virus, they would have caused it 10, 15 years ago when they set up all those weather predicting satellites. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Yes, Victor said, I just believe the conspiracy theory is a way to stop China from actually actualizing the 5G. Now, like I told you, this 5G thing is a battle. Any country that eventually implements 5G, all right, any country that eventually implements 5G, they are going to be like the country that determines all the standard for all the devices we're going to use for the next 5-10 years. Believe that. Believe that. So standards for like phones, laptops, anything that connects to the internet, cars. You know, in the next 10 years, between now and 2030, cars will drive themselves in the streets. You see it in the street, self-driving car. You call Uber, the car will come by itself, no driver inside. And the design of cars will change. For now, the way they build cars is that the seats of the cars will face the front. If there's no driver, you don't need the seat to face the front. All the seats can face themselves. You understand? So a lot of car designs will change in the near future. Within this decade, it's going to happen because I've done a lot of tests already in the past decade. Okay? So it's one of the reasons why 5G is important, because these cars can't afford to go offline. Imagine that a car that depends on the internet to find its way is driving you to your destination and internet cut. You get what I'm saying? Internet just cut like that. Where would the car go? This is if you carry enter bush. You get it? Now, the thing with 5G is that the frequency is so, I think they call it millimeter, right? Millimeter hertz or something. It's so low that it can't go very far. So unlike masts, telecommunication masts, all right, unlike telecommunication masts, I think telecommunication mast needs to be how many 100 meters? Okay, for 4G, but for 5G, the distance is usually very low. So they have to mount a lot of 5G masts, a whole lot of 5G masts compared to telecommunication masts that have to be just one per town, or let me say 2-3 per town. The same town that will take 2-3 telecommunication masts for 4G will take about 50 to 100 of 5G. That's the problem with 5G. 5G poles are usually smaller, but then there are going to be a lot of them. So the reason is because they are still operating at the lower bandwidth of 5G. So by the time they expand it, they are going to have fewer of them. For now, 5G is still massively in test. So if you say 5G caused corona, okay, 5G is in China, right? Good. China has implemented 5G. Let's say coronavirus started there. Do you know that South Korea has already fully implemented 5G too? Why is there no disease coming from there? Some parts of Europe have already, Italy has already implemented 5G in some cities. Spain. Iran was due to start implementing 5G this 27th of March. But now, because of lockdown and coronavirus, they are chilling for the meantime. Iran has not implemented 5G. So if you say Italians are dying because of 5G, why are Iranians dying? Which G is in Iran? Now, I must add here that some people are saying, of course, they're also doing their own radiation thing with their nuclear enrichment program that has been causing problems between them and the US. Okay? So you know that correlation is not causation. Everybody knows that. Like the first thing you know in statistics, that two things happen alike at the same time doesn't mean that one causes the other, right? So if you look at towns, and cities that have coronavirus, serious outbreak, you see that. So if you look at towns and cities, no. 5G is operating in a frequency that 4G is currently operating in. So is doing anything different? They have not even implemented the proper 5G at the proper range. So 5G is not causing the death of any living thing of anything. All right. Like even if they implement it at the current range, 5G should operate between 4 gigahertz to 80 gigahertz. This range is still normal. The radiation cannot alter the body of a living cell. All right. Even if you still go above it slightly, for instance, when you go above 80 gigahertz, when you get to 96, I think around 96 gigahertz, all right, frequency, you start seeing frequencies that human beings can react to. In fact, the US built a weapon that operates only on frequency. It's like a frequency gun. So what they do is, but they call it anti-crowd control weapon. You can Google it, anti-crowd control frequency, whatever. I've forgotten what the actual name for it. Okay. So what they do is, this thing is built into a vehicle, a mobile vehicle, probably a tank, mini tank. So if people are protesting, so there's a crowd coming, what they do is, somebody climbs on that, it looks like a gun, but it looks like a beam, and turns it on. It's like a flashlight, okay? Turns it on and faces it to the crowd. That thing will beam frequencies of 96 gigahertz to this crowd. And the thing is that if that frequency touches you, it's like fire, it's like somebody poured hot oil on you. But the thing is that it will not cause damage. So when they beam it on a protesting crowd, people will run. Nobody wants to, the feeling, they say, people that felt it say that they have never felt anything that painful. At the same time, once you run away and you look at your skin is normal. It doesn't actually burn you. All right, so they are using it for, instead of using water, now if they're trying to do crowd control, they use water or tear gas. They want to come up with that. The US Army has it now. So eventually, I think next 5-10 years, it's going to be commonplace for even police. They will just flash that in you, tear race. They said nobody ever felt that thing and wants to go for protest again in his life. But the range is like 96 gigahertz. It's above 5G range. Okay, so people that are concerned that 5G is going to do this and do that, just know that all the 5G implementations in the world have not even entered where 5G is supposed to be. They are still using 4G frequency. Okay, yeah, human activities are destroying Earth. But me, I don't believe that Earth can be destroyed by humans, okay? I just believe that we humans are making it uncomfortable for we humans. All right, there is no way you're going to do the Earth that it's going to be bad for microbes or viruses. Yeah, it could be bad for other animals, higher animals. What I mean by higher is animals that look bigger. The tiny animals are never disturbed. So when we cause desertification, we are the ones to bear the brunt. When we put plastics in the ocean, we are the ones that will bear the brunt. So we're making Earth difficult for us. But I like this coronavirus thing. See, if you have question on 5G, you can drop it. I think I've answered some of the questions as for people that have concerns. All right. Now, one thing I have to chip in here is that the WHO, World Health Organization, did not actually classify these phone networks as safe. All right. They classified it as potentially carcinogenic, potentially going to cause cancer, So there have not been enough research to conclusively say that this phone network, whether 3G, 4G, or whatever, will or cannot cause cancer. The reason is that we have not used it long enough. Even though according to science, it cannot alter human body, right? According to science, these things are, the range is very low. It cannot alter any, not just human, any living cell. All right. As you are now, there's a lot of frequency around you, your room. That's why you have internet. That's why phone calls can come. A lot of things are going on, but they are going on in such a way that they cannot harm you. But the thing is that this whole technology has not lasted up, it's not more than 20, 30 years old. All right. The people that were born when it started, they have not got to the point that we can conclusively say, you have lived 90 years and you have died, and you used phones all your life and you never got ill of cancer or anything. So we've not got to that point. So WHO is still categorizing it as potentially carcinogenic, which means it might still need more research to prove. But so far, all the research have proven that it's very okay. So please ask questions on. Yeah, people are saying 5G. Like I said, like, what's your proof? If you say 5G, like, seriously, it's like saying a pole caused a virus. A pole, all right? A communication equipment caused a virus. Like, what's the connection? The only thing that could possibly be a connection that is not actually a connection is because radiation causes mutation of living cells. Okay, radiation can alter the DNA structure of living cells. So, and we know that this coronavirus has been mutating. But the thing is that radiation has to be above, way above what 5G can operate in. There is more radiation in the direct sunlight than in any 5G ever. Direct sunlight it can cause you cancer. If not that we in Africa, we have melanin, all right? We're black. This black pigment kind of protects us from sun to a large extent. If you stay under the sunlight day in, day out, eventually you get cancer. All right. Direct sunlight causes mutation of living cells. It damages DNA. So if you're afraid of 5G, the number one thing you should be afraid of is, first of all, the direct sunlight. Who agrees with me? Yeah. Abraham, if you disagree with me, please post your own facts. Okay. Post a fact. I'm reading your comments. Everyone here share with your pastors with the word conspiracy. Yeah, that's the thing. Now, see, it hurts me that the people that are spinning these theories are people we look up to. Okay. Now, why would a pastor do a video on something that is technology? Why not call your member? Why not call your members that are what do you call it now? That are professionals. Like if you're a pastor and you have millions of members, you can't tell me that you don't have professors in physics, professors in telecommunications. Me, I studied telecommunications in school, telecommunication engineering. Okay, so why not call the best brains you have, hand over microphone to them? The way you hand over microphone to politicians. Politician comes to church, you give him microphone to speak. Okay, when it comes to medical, why not call your doctors? There are doctors that have been practicing medicine in the best hospitals in the world. Call them, give them microphone. Let them say what they know about this coronavirus, whatever research the medical field. Bottom line, call an authority to talk on the specific field. Don't do it yourself, because you might be thinking that something is this way. At the end of the day, it's that way. It's just like calling me now to do a video on a topic I'm not conversant with. All right, when I can simply tag on one of you and go live, and let the professional say his thing. Okay. So Dr. Ona said 5G EMR is below that of microwave radiation, therefore it's non-ionizing, meaning that it won't harm any carbon-based organism. Exactly, that's the point I've been making. It's not ionizing, it cannot harm carbon-based life. All right. So Justice TV said, do you think Huawei and the CCP, that's totalitarian, secretive, and oppressive, to be trusted by other countries with the 5G network that they can easily use for espionage? Now the thing is that every country is for themselves. Like when you first start trying to understand things, you think that there's a good side and a bad side. There's only a side you can benefit and a side you cannot benefit from. Every country is for themselves. Every country is doing this. Do you know in this 5G, the reason some countries that I don't want to mention, some big countries are delaying is because their security agencies are trying to provide standards that will allow security agencies to collect more data from the users. You are making ordinary phone call, they're able to track every other thing about you. So they're trying to create such standards. Think about it. So there's no good side and bad side. All right. So when people say 5G is 5G, see, I don't take side. Any side that is able to finally sort it out, let them sort it out. The thing is, how will it benefit me? What's in it for me? And my people, of course. Adetiba, yeah. Rita, how are you doing? So that's it. So basically, I believe that if you have a large congregation, there are some topics you shouldn't say yourself. Okay, you make reference to whoever professionals are in that field. Okay, so when it comes to the cause of coronavirus is a family of viruses, which means there have been earlier coronaviruses. These are families of viruses that attack the human respiratory system. It attacks from here to your lungs. At the end of the day, it wants to collapse your lungs so that you will not be able to breathe. The person will choke to death. So the latest in that family, the very latest in that family is this COVID-19. In fact, the full name for the COVID-19 is SARS-CoV-2. All right, that is SARS-CoV-2. That is a severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. That's the full name for it. They just shortened it to COVID-19. That's coronavirus 19, which means they're expecting more. That's why they just started tagging it by year. All right. So coronavirus has been here, that family of viruses. So when they look at this particular coronavirus, they see that it's very similar to a certain coronavirus. The closest relative of this particular virus is the one they find in pangolin. You know what is pangolin? Type it on Google, pangolin. Pangolin is a monstrous looking, very weird looking animal that looks like a dog, looks like an overgrown lizard. I don't know how many of you have seen it. The body is shells. The body is just shells. Okay, so I'm typing the name pangolin, Pangolin, pangolin. So they looked at the coronavirus and see that the closest relative to this virus is the one that is found in an animal called pangolin. Then they looked at that one in that pangolin and saw that the closest relative is the one that is found in bats. Now, they looked at the one in bats, they can't find any other closest relative in the world. So they say that, oh, this thing a pangolin must have eaten a bat, and that pangolin was now to contract the disease already. The thing started evolving in the pangolin. Then human beings caught that pangolin and sold it in the meat market in Wuhan. All right. So this is probably just the simple explanation of where it must have come from. Now, before I look at the alternative theory to that, you need to know that HIV virus, the human immunodeficiency virus, all right, is also similar to one that they saw in chimpanzees, and the one in chimpanzees is older. So that's how they started guessing that human HIV must have come from chimpanzees, either naturally or artificially, because many people don't believe some of these things are natural. So it's possible it's artificial. Let me not remove that possibility. It's possible that somebody took something that chimpanzees are suffering, all right, took it to the lab, modified it, and is able to start affecting humans. It's possible. But generally, this thing must have not evolved. A human being eats a chimpanzee, gets it. Or uncooked meat. That's why it's dangerous to eat any uncooked meat. Even now, even eating uncooked fruit is so dangerous. When you see videos of all these fruit sellers in Nigeria are doing, somebody storing mango inside gota. What the hell? If you buy anything these days, before you put in your mouth, hey, make sure you wash it very, very well. Me, I can't even buy fruit on the street again. I have to drive to inside the, what they call a supermarket. Make sure I buy the one inside the supermarket. And at the end of the day, I don't know what somebody put in there. These days that people are selling fruit, they'll be licking it to transfer coronavirus to people. I saw a video yesterday. a man that was selling fruits. He has his wheelbarrow full of fruits. For each fruit, he'll touch his thumb and touch each fruit. For each fruit, he's touching his thumb. And somebody was somewhere videoing him. Imagine that. So to put anything in your mouth now is dangerous. So most of these viruses, they can't survive heat. So it's usually coming from people that eat them raw. We've seen so many videos of some of these people from that part of the world eating things, living things raw. Somebody will catch a crab and start eating it like that. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Okay, so that's coronavirus for you. Now, the alternative theory is that, look, the biggest, for real, the biggest virology center in Asia is located where? In Wuhan. You know what is virology lab? A lab where they have virus, they store viruses, or they research on viruses. So it was commissioned in 2018. And then that same 2018, they also stocked it with 1,500 viruses. Who knows? This might be unique viruses. Who knows? This might be partly man-made viruses. Who knows the kind of virus? So they, you know the way they do it, they put it in test tube and freeze the viruses. And then they have scientists within that center researching on these viruses, whatever the research is. Okay. Now they said that from where that building is, the Wuhan Virology Center, that is not far from the meat market. More like the same street, end of the street, you see the meat market. So this center was commissioned in 2018. In 2019, ending, we saw an outbreak of coronavirus. The same in proximity. So conspiracy theories are using that. Okay, I'm throwing it open to you. You make your decision which one you want to follow. They're using that, saying that it's too close to just be an accident. Something is too close. You know what I'm saying? So if you've not followed me on Telegram yet, see, if you're just joining, please click the like button. Let us spike up the like button. I can see how many people that are watching live and how many people that have liked. Please, that thumbs up, I can just click on it, all right? And then share, okay? So share, and like. So I'm dropping on the chat, on the live chat right now. I'm dropping the link to my Telegram group. Join us on Telegram, okay? Join the rest of the people on Telegram. Over, I think 500 people already on Telegram. And of course, follow me on Instagram. I do different kinds of videos on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram so you can see the other kind of videos I do too. You will see it in the chat. Okay, that's me on Instagram. Then finally Twitter. So tell me, which one do you believe among these two theories? This thing evolved naturally, and then that this thing could have been man-made. So I saw a pastor. Oops, my Twitter handle was wrong. Let me get it. A pastor, the same pastor, was saying that viruses cannot be man-made. I was like, what the hell? That's like the highest, biggest scientific blunder you can do. You guys, some of you that are microbiologists, you know what I'm talking about. Science lab technologists, you deal with all these viruses, you know. Viruses evolved almost at the same time with bacteria. Viruses have a common ancestor with bacteria. So as bacteria became more complex, all right, viruses became simpler until they became just protein. Looks dead. If you're observing the virus, it looks dead. But the moment this virus perches on a living cell and enters it, it starts controlling the cell. That's why till today, scientists don't know whether viruses are dead or living. Now, a pastor is saying that these things, virus cannot exist naturally. Viruses have been existing, and they don't just exist, they evolve. We're seeing the coronavirus evolve. Coronavirus that we first heard in December, started in December. Now it has 9 strains, 9 different strains. Some of them are aggressive, some of them are mild. You see some people get coronavirus, they don't go for treatment, they recover. At least I have one friend, one of my friends, okay? He got coronavirus, not in Nigeria, okay? And throughout the time he had coronavirus, I've been chatting with him, we've been discussing. It was only one night that he had a serious challenge. All the other time he has been going out and about. They didn't have lot time. That all the other time he was going, it was comfortably normal. The only thing is that if he's talking to you, he'll be coughing. You'll think he's like normal cough, but his test proved he had a coronavirus. It was one night he called me in the middle of the night. He said he can't sleep. Said he can't sleep, that his chest feels filled up. So what I told him is, hey, were you feeling the same thing in the afternoon? He said, no. I said, okay, then it's because you're trying to lie down. Don't lie down. Try and sit up and sleep at night. By following morning, when I called him first thing in the morning, he said he's feeling better. This guy never took drugs because in their country, you don't get, you can't just go and get over-the-counter drugs. So he was just eating fruits. So coronavirus has like 9 strains now. Some of them are aggressive, some of them are mild. All right. So some people are even postulating that it's possible that the coronavirus in Nigeria is mild, but you can't say that for sure, because if you look at the death rate, kill rate of coronavirus in Nigeria is looking fairly okay. We have 214 with 4 dead. That comes to about 100 with 2 dead, like 2%, roughly 1.9%. So in the world, coronavirus death rate falls from 0 point something to 4%. In Italy, it's 4%. That means a lot of people are dying per infected in Italy. In Germany, it's like 0.6%. Germany is very effective with their medical care. Even though they have like 70,000 infected, their medical system is superb, that only very few people die. Know what I'm saying? So, please click the like button, all right? Smash the like button. I want to see it rise up. Smash the like button, share to your WhatsApp, all these conspiracy theories. Let them see live, because I'm not seeing people put on real facts about this thing. So viruses, a pastor said viruses are not man-made, are not natural. Viruses can be natural and can also be man-made. All right? Like man-modified, better put it that way. See, the Human Genome Project was completed in 2008. It started in 2000, completed in 2008. You know what is Human Genome Project? Google it. Human Genome. I'm typing it on the chat now. Human Genome Project, which means they mapped the DNA of the human being and tells what each particular configuration does. You understand? Which means science has got to the point that they know if they want you to have long hair, they can do it. Take you when you are still a single cell, all right, fertilized cell, and then modify some part of your DNA, you will have long hair. If they want you to be athletic, they can do it. They want you to be super smart, they can do it, because they now know what causes what in the DNA. And they say if you arrange a human DNA with that of a chimpanzee, it's 98% match. We're just different from them with just 2%. And look at how much technological advancement we've had. The result for that 2% is too wide. So for a person to say that viruses are not natural, like that's the biggest science blunder. Don't even talk about science again, okay? Just talk about spiritual stuff. Don't even go science, okay? Just call scientists to talk about science when you want to talk about science. Some churches do it. When it comes to science, they call their experts to do it. But you can't say that like seriously, viruses have been here billions of years before humans. Viruses came to Earth before humans, and they'll probably be here after humans are gone. If you look at the timeline of the world, I'm looking at your chat, so feel free to keep dropping. If you look at the timeline of the world, somebody's saying right on. Yes, Moyi TV, yes, Dr. Tona, thank you for putting that. Okay. He said that viruses are not man-made. However, scientists have the ability to modify virus genome. Very good. Now, there has been always this debate whether viruses are dead or living. All right. Like I said, if you look at viruses, it's just like protein. It doesn't look like it's alive. Looks like every other non-living thing. Okay. But once it finds itself in the right environment, it will possess a living cell and start using the features of that living cell. Just like if you look at a human being, we don't have tires. We don't have the ability to move so fast. But once a human being enters a car, the human being will possess that car and start exhibiting the abilities of that car and start controlling it. Okay? So that's how viruses are. So if you call them non-living things cannot exhibit that kind of control over living things. They don't have intelligence, non-living things. Okay, if you swallow a stone will not control you. Yes, Frank said viruses are man-made. Viruses evolved. They evolved, all right? If you look at the protein folds of viruses, they can tell you how long they have been alive. These things are billions of years. Go and do your research, okay? Viruses are billions of years old. It doesn't mean that scientists cannot modify it. Yes, scientists can take a virus that might be harmless and modify it to be harmful. Or they can take a virus that is harmful and modify it to be harmless. Okay? So we have acquired as a species, we human beings have acquired the technology to modify viruses or modify living things at that level, that genome level. We have acquired the technology, but it doesn't mean that it's just like dogs. They are wild dogs. Dogs have been here for years. Okay? In fact, they came from common ancestor with wolves, the Canis family. But does it mean that we can't create the kind of dogs we want? Yes, to a very large extent we can do that. We can crossbreed dogs and produce the type we want. So that's the same thing with viruses. Viruses have been here. In fact, this is not the first viral outbreak that happened. In the past, it has been happening for years. There have been very deadly ones, there have been mild ones. This coronavirus is actually mild. If you look at the death rate in 6 months, it's not going anywhere. 30,000 in 6 months, oh, what the hell? It's not going anywhere. If you look at the one that happened in 1918 in Nigeria here, I was talking to somebody, a graduate, the other day. He has never heard of it. In 1918, there was a viral outbreak in Nigeria that is called the influenza, the Spanish flu. It killed 500,000 people. Many people don't know. In 1 year, 1918 to 1919, 500,000 people died. We are 6 months into coronavirus, only 30,000 people. The coronavirus is not serious. Don't forget it. Very soon now, they will lift the lockdown. Hopefully, they will get the vaccine, all right? But coronavirus is not serious. It's not the worst thing that has happened. Like, seriously, it's not even ranked as top 20 of viral outbreaks that have happened. You get the Spanish flu killed about 100 million people in 1 year. 1 year, January to December, 100 million people vamoosed from this earth. Entire cities were wiped out. I was watching a video of a 100 and something years old man. He was talking about the Spanish flu. He said in the morning, somebody could come call you, knock at your door and say, please, my mother just died of Spanish flu. Please come help me carry her to the cemetery. He said by evening, the entire family is dead. He said it was the symptoms were showing within 3 hours, according to what he said. I've not researched how long it took Spanish flu symptoms to show. You see, CNN media said it killed 55 million people. Million! Coronavirus is killing in 120, from 1918 roughly to 1920. The people that brought it to Nigeria came from the First World War. They visited the coastal cities. So Spanish flu attacked the coastal cities, Lagos, the rivers and all. And even in the east, it got to places like Owerri. And now I think I should mention it. Whenever there's viral outbreak in history, it majorly attacks major cities, not the rural areas. Okay, so that your village, where you know that they don't even know what is happening in the world. There are villages that people don't, coronavirus, they don't believe that coronavirus can help. Coronavirus may never get there. It's in major cities. So major cities are usually more interconnected. So if you're looking to move away or survive the coronavirus outbreak, move away from the cities. All right, move away from your capital or coastal city, whatever city that is major, move away from them, move to the villages. That's how people have been surviving it. This is not the first time they are doing lockdown. There was lockdown in Nigeria in 1918. All over the world, they did lockdown. Go to US. They did lockdown. Before that, Isaac Newton in 1655 to 1667, there was the bubonic plague. That one was actually a bacteria, not even virus. It killed 100 million. The thing would just put spots on your body, on the armpits, put a lot of spots, and the person would die. Bubonic plague. Isaac Newton ran away from Cambridge to Lincolnshire, his village. Stayed there for 2 years to be able. So hi guys, how you doing? Somebody said I should talk about the disadvantage of 5G. So far, there's no disadvantage. Okay, the only thing is that it's going to litter the cities. The poles, the range is too short, so they're going to put way more masts. So far, there's no disadvantage, no scientific disadvantage. So somebody talked about viruses not having protein. Let me find the person. I want to reply. Oh, it's like I lost it. Okay, yes, Mayowa, thanks. But Mayowa said viruses don't have protein. They only have genome, DNA, and RNA from where they made protein when they enter cells. Okay, from Google, it says all viruses contain nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA, but not both. Okay, and the protein coats, which encases the nucleic acid. Some viruses are also enclosed by an envelope of fat and protein molecules. In its infective form outside the cell, a virus particle is called a virion. Okay, so it makes sense, right? So the way coronavirus works is that it perches on top of the human cell, and when the human cell swallows it, boom, it takes over that cell. So whenever that cell is now multiplying, your cell keeps multiplying. Whenever that cell is dividing, the virus will divide with it. Whenever it's dividing, the virus will like that. So in fact, for people that are saying that viruses are man-made, some scientists are determining that there is a virus in the human brain, and a very ancient virus that helped us to start, I'm talking about millions of years old, that helped our ancestors to develop high cognitive ability. They said it was a viral infection that stuck with them. So not all viruses in your body are harmful. There are a lot of viruses in your body. There's a virus in your gut. They call it phage. I think they call it phage, Phage, phage. All right. You medical scientists, you know what I'm talking about. So they call it phage, the virus in your gut, in your mucus. So they try to kill infection. So it's not all viruses that are harmful. So will you tell me that that virus in your gut was invented by man? For the person that was saying that viruses are man-made, or like that all viruses are man-made, will you tell me that the virus in your gut was invented by man? So 5G has no side effects for now, except that every city is gonna have so many more telecommunication masts. All right. So according to science and radiation measurements, there is no harmful effect of 5G at all. All right. The only thing is that the speed of your internet is going to be, this one is not like something is going to slow waiting. It's like 20, the minimum 5G is like 20 times faster than the fastest 4G. And we in Nigeria, we're not even using the fastest 4G. We're using like normal. In fact, what we're having is like 3.5G. Who remembers? So when 5G comes, internet speed will be way off the hook. Okay, that's like the age we're going to finally sort out this internet speed thing once and for all. But the thing is that it requires a lot of masts. Okay, so no health concerns. Okay, according to science. Yes, doctor, thank you for so much contribution on this live chat, Dr. Nna. So far, you've been giving us serious medical backup for some of the points I've been making. And everybody that's been contributing, I've been seeing your comments. So somebody said, what do you think about Bill Gates' recommendation of digital identity for every human being? Fidelis. Yes, it makes sense. The risk of Bill Gates is the proof that if you try to help people, you could be stoned. You could be stoned by the same people you're helping. It's possible. So I'm not saying I'm not Bill Gates, I'm not in his medical team, I'm not saying he's the holiest person on earth. I don't even know what his agenda is. But what he has been doing so far makes sense. This guy retired at the age of, is it 50 or 56? He said he's not working Microsoft again. He wants to go into the world and start doing philanthropy. So he's focusing on reducing malaria. This guy has slashed malaria from like 2 million deaths per year in Africa to around 1.5 million deaths per year. That's what he has done in malaria. Let me find out the actual number. Most of the malaria deaths are happening in Nigeria. Most of the malaria deaths in the world are happening in Nigeria because the most wicked mosquitoes in the world, they're in Nigeria. The female Anopheles mosquito that carry the malaria parasite, the highest number is in Nigeria. They said over 54% of them here. Over 1 million people die from malaria each year, mostly children under 5 years old, with 90% of malaria cases occurring in sub-Saharan Africa. 90% is occurring in that is Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Cameroon. They say out of that 90, 54% is happening in Nigeria. So Bill Gates came and slashed it from 2 million deaths to 1. It's now 1 million deaths. Okay? That's not all. This guy wiped out polio from Nigeria. He kicked polio out of, he implemented programs to the point that Dangote was saying that Dangote, that is a Nigerian, never knew that his people in the north had this kind of problem until Bill Gates came from US and now showed him that his people had cases like malaria and polio to that extent. Now imagine that, imagine that, imagine that. So do you think that if Bill Gates was going to do something terribly wrong, that Dangote will allow, assuming he knows, because this is what he's saying, he never knew. Okay, so they have wiped out, I think Nigeria has not had any new polio case for almost 5 years now. Even if they had, it's like 1 or 2. Unlike before, you will see 1 million crippled people on the streets. I think in the next 20, 30 years, most crippled people will not exist because most of them it's polio that caused it. All these beggars in the street that have crippled leg, it's polio. They didn't do polio immunization. So Bill Gates was able to effect it and then work with the respected voices in those communities, because there will always be resistance, because people feel that it's coming, those things are coming with sterilization. They immunize you, they also make you not to give birth, something like that. So people feel that. So Bill Gates is one person that will always work with the people around there. But don't think it's all good, because in India, they found out some inconsistent things. If you go to Indian channel, if you see the way they are cursing Bill Gates, they found out some inconsistent things with the whole immunization process. In fact, there was a place they were doing some research on new vaccine. I don't know whether it's malaria or whatever. So they went to a village. I read it online, so you can read it too. I'll try and find the let me look for it so I can paste the link directly. I like to put links when I'm saying this kind of thing. Okay, let me paste links so that some of you that want to read up. So they found out that usually if they're going to test a new drug on you, you're supposed to consent to it, voluntarily consent. All right. So they went to a village and then they did it. But when the Indian authorities went to check, they saw that the people that they tested it on didn't even know what they were voluntarily consenting to. These are villages where people don't read or write, and the thing was not explained to them. All they told, they can't even sign signature. They brought paper and told them to fingerprint on it. All right. What was written in that paper is that they should consent to the test of the drugs. And they said about 100 to 1,000 kids, about 2 of them died. They had. So if you Google Bill Gates kicked out of India, you will start seeing the first one is a fact debunking it, okay? But then if you read down, you will see the story I'm telling. Okay, so that one is 2017. It says India, that the name of the website is indiatoday.in. I'm trying to get the link. It said why India is snapping off vaccination ties with Bill and Melinda Gates. So the reason I'm putting both sides. So in as much as Bill Gates kicked out polio from Nigeria, that's a very big feat if you don't understand. Imagine the whole north with millions of people that used to generate millions of polio patients. Now, 0. Number of polio cases, 0. And he's doing serious work with malaria. So in India, I'm just trying to show that the Indians had issues with Bill Gates. Okay, even though India has 1.2 billion people, they still have different makeups in that team. So I'm pasting it I'm pasting the link for some of you that would like to read later. Somebody says, Sonny, someone said, you are not telling the truth. Stop misleading the people. Are you an agent of the One World member? Bill Gates is a member and there's plans. See, if Bill Gates is a member of the One World government, all the computers you are using, let me say 80% of computers that is being used in the world now is Microsoft. He just stepped down as a board member and advisor a few weeks ago. So if it's evil, you have partook, all right, in the evil, all right. Bill Gates is the one that founded Microsoft. So many people that are accusing Bill Gates don't know that the technology they are using to accuse him, you know, when you're doing live, the technology you're using to do live, he is the one that came up with it, or at least the owner. Skype, Bill Gates owns Skype, in case you don't know. So if you're saying that he's a member of One World government, all right, you should know that you're using most likely his technology to accuse him. You should stop using his technology. All right, so I just posted the link for some of you that like to do research and see two sides of the coin. Okay. So the microchip injection. Now we're going to get to a point where we are most definitely going to each person have a microchip injection. It's going to happen. Now the reason it's going to happen is that it's inevitable. It makes sense. All right. Now I'm not saying that microchip injection is good or bad. I'm just saying that we're going to get to that health state where we can't avoid but to do it. For instance, look at the things that are going to happen. Number one is there's going to be camera in every street. We're going to get to a point where there are cameras in every street. The only country that has done that now is China. In the US, they just put cameras at red lights, red stops, okay? Eventually, it's going to be more comprehensive. China has done a very comprehensive work. China knows where all its citizens are now. They know what each citizen is saying. They control everything. So for a society to get to super advanced level, they have to implement that kind of system. That's one thing that cannot be avoided, all right? The second thing is that we humans are becoming more and more machine, all right? So today, I'm not having any machine on my body. But if I want to go out now, I have to tie one. So Frank, Sonny Samuel, please hear me out, okay? Instead of wild accusations about microchip and 666 and end of the world, okay? Listen first, all right? So now I'm not wearing any machine, but some people are wearing machines in their body. For instance, if you're having heart failure, they remove your heart and put a machine, or they repair your heart with a machine. Today, if your lung is failing, they use a ventilator. They pair your lungs with a ventilator. They pass it. They call it intubation. You, the doctor, now, am I right? You medical professionals, all right? So they pair it into, they put a pipe in your stomach. They pair you with a machine. So we human beings are gradually getting to a point where parts of our body will start being replaced by machines. For instance, now things you can't see with your naked eyes, you put a glasses, you start seeing it. I have my glasses. This is a mini machine in quote, all right? So for us to extend our abilities, we'll more and more imbibe machines into our body. All right. Like Elon Musk is working towards a chip that will be added behind your ear. This chip will give you super duper clear memory. Yes, DDD, I don't know who you are, but DDD, yes, it's arguable that it's not healthy, but then eventually the advantages might outweigh the disadvantages. Like I said, like with the 5G thing, okay? So Elon Musk is working with in neural research. He owns a startup that is secretly trying to build an external memory for humans. They will attach it behind your ear. It will give you super clear memory. This one is not like I forgot waiting. What you want to forget? Everything is clear. Or you remember everything. You know how many things you forget in a day? You get. Who was the first person you greeted on 2nd of January? 18th of January. Who was the last person you greeted before you chatted with before you slept off? You can't remember all those because your brain considers them irrelevant. So Elon Musk is building that. Now, Google has been building this Google Glasses thing that will give your eyes super abilities. So when it comes to health, all right, there's no way we're going to significantly improve human health without having something inside our body. The problem now is where the location is going to be. All right. For now, they have this Fitbit wristwatch that tells you your heart rate. It just grips your arm like this, tells you your heart rate, how many steps you've done. All right. But can it tell you your sugar intake? It can't. Something has to be inside your body to measure that. You get what I'm saying? Can it predict when you're going to have diabetes? It can't. Can it tell you when you're lacking water? When you're feeling, your body is already feeling dry, you need more water. There are so many things it can't tell you. So we're going to get to a point where we will have chips inside our bodies. And when that point comes, it can be resisted because you will see that it's obviously better. You get what I'm saying? I'm giving you real facts. So imagine something in your arm, inside your arm, that monitors a lot of things about you, monitors your heart rate, your sugar level, your sugar intake, when you need exercise. Imagine this thing telling you that you need to start doing exercise 2 times per week, otherwise you fall ill in, let me say, you'll be obese in 2 months' time. It will be giving you dates. You on your computer, it gives you full details of your health. If you collapse, this thing will call your doctor. You get. So from let's say there is a viral outbreak. This thing will report viral outbreak to the government. The medical officials can from one dashboard see that 37% of our citizens have this virus. They can send messages to those citizens, quarantine yourself. That's what they're doing in China now, but nobody implants yet. So as we go deeper and deeper into nanotechnology, we are going to get to that point where we are going to have it inside the body. So some people are saying it's going to be on the arm here. I think in some countries, is it Sweden? It might be on your arm, but then some are saying it's going to be on the forehead. All right. Now the forehead is that forehead is tricky because the Bible already predicted there's going to be a number on the forehead, 666. So all through history, if you have read history, all through history, every time the government is about to number people, people are going to bring up this 666 that this is the predicted 666 and stuff. So I don't know where that chip is going to be, but human beings will eventually have chips inside their body that will fully monitor your health. So E.J. Good said USA banned 5G. They didn't ban 5G. What they're trying to do is to find a standard for it. Okay, and USA is not a place you can just come and implement anything anyhow, unless you fully convince the public, all right, that is the right thing to do. They didn't ban 5G. In fact, USA wants to be the one to take over 5G in the world. They did not ban 5G. But there are cities in Europe that have blocked 5G experimentation. So Sonny Samuel feels that I'm a member of 666. This is like the funniest thing I've read in my whole life. Somebody's in the comments accusing me of 666. Like seriously, he's not even reasoning in the arguments I'm presenting. Okay, so the general argument I'm presenting is that look, we have been adding as our human technology advances, we've been adding more and more machines to our body to aid us. Do you know there will be a time when it will reach people who voluntarily cut off their arms so that they can fix prosthetic arms or legs, because these things can give you super ability. Imagine prosthetic arm that can stretch, shoot out, collect something and bring it. Imagine being in your room, you need to get the remote, you shoot out your arm, collect it. Okay, imagine prosthetic arm that you can use to measure the temperature of a place, you know, or prosthetic leg that can allow you to run very fast. Go and Google Oscar Pistorius. So there might be situations where people would choose voluntarily, if this prosthetic arm technology becomes sufficiently advanced, people would choose to remove their real leg and put prosthetics because it's going to give them super abilities. So imagine that situation where somebody has chip here to increase memory, all right, has artificial arms and legs, has artificial heart to breathe faster and whatever. At the end of the day, this person looks like half human, half machine. That's where we're heading to in terms of technology. I'm telling you. So it's looking like I'm going to eventually block this Sonny Samuel. Like if you're calling me agent of what? One world agenda, I'm going to have to block you onto one world level. You know what I'm saying? Because here what we're having is intellectual discussion. So if you have any contribution to the intellectual discussion, give me. If you're just going to be in the comments accusing me, you're distracting me, I'm just going to hit the block button. All right? I'm getting some support already telling me to block the guy, okay? So the future is going to be filled with that. Now, one of the biggest inventions that have been done is this phone, mobile phone. Do you know how many things your phone has taken away from your house? Entire calendar is gone. You don't need calendar. Doorbell, you don't need it. Because somebody will just WhatsApp you, I'm already at your door. All right? Without a laptop, your phone functions like a laptop. Your typewriter is gone. Your phone is handling that. All right, that table phone is gone. Your smartphone is handling that. Your music box, there used to be those days, like even 10 years ago, if you go to somebody's house, you see two big speakers with what they call a CD set, one CD player or DVD player, all right, with TV. All those things are gone. Your phone can do that. What's remaining is for this phone. You know, I don't need to pick call with my hand. If you call me on phone, all I need is I'll just say hello. Like it will ring in my head. I'll say hello and we'll start talking. If I need to remember anything, I'll go into the files in my brain. That's the level we're getting to. But for that to work, your body has to be attached with a number of things. So Samuel, let me even see how that. I've never blocked somebody, but let me try that block. Put user in timeout. Okay, let me give you a little warning. I'll put you in timeout, but if you continue to distract us with your one world agenda, this thing, we are going to finally block you. So things will change. Now, a lot of this coronavirus thing is going to change the world in ways that people don't expect. Like I'm saying now that in the months, a lot of people will lose their jobs. A whole lot of people will lose their jobs, which means the economy is going to get tighter. So people are predicting, and I'm one of the people predicting it's possible we're going to have a global recession again that will take about 2-3 years to recover. It's going to happen. So that's why I'm telling people, don't do useless investment now. Be sure of where you're putting your money. In fact, the best investment you can do now is invest in what you know upstairs. Your mental capital. If you're at the level where you know that your finances is doing like this, okay, invest in what you know, because people that can do really smart work will be needed so much in this decade. People that can do manual stuff will be told to go. For instance, imagine how many drivers will lose. Do you know how many Uber drivers that have lost their jobs because people are staying indoors? 2 weeks, no food for the Uber driver. If you're living from day to day, because what? Uber driving does not involve brain work. You just get into Uber, you sit down there, you look at. So the world is going to change in so many ways. Jobs are going to change so that people can work from their home. Like if you've not been, I've been hammering it since last year. Who remembers? Say, look. So jobs that will take over are jobs that people can do from their homes. So if your job does not involve that kind of thing, start looking for how to change career. Some people think that if you spend 4 years in the university to get a degree, you're tied to that degree for life. That's a lie. The only thing you're tied to life is life. You know what I'm saying? So you can always change your career, and no matter what career it is, you can change it within 6 months, except there's a government regulation. For instance, in medicine, you must have to do like, I think 3 to 4 years minimum to be able to become a medical doctor. Even at that, 3 to 4 years out of your entire life is not too much. If you want to become a doctor and you take it serious, you become a doctor. People do it in the US. Study nursing, 4 years, you are graduated. So you can always change career. If you're somewhere that you're not getting the right finances you want, look for the field where people are getting the right finances and see how you can navigate to that place. Usually it doesn't take time. It just takes commitment. So if you're doing a work that involves hand, if you're at a restaurant, you're cutting this, or you're the guy that's opening doors for people at a restaurant, forget that. Let me tell you, if they just fix automatic door, your job is gone. Not just your job. You'll see a company laying down 300,000 staff. So yeah, somebody's advising for people to watch a movie called I Am a Legend by Will Smith. I watched it years ago. Somebody advised some other movie, Black Lightning. Ebere Chukwu said you should watch Black Lightning. So if this movie is on Netflix, tell people, mention that it's on Netflix. If it's not on Netflix, say where you people can watch it, so I can mention and other people can watch movies. I've been watching virus outbreak movies for the past, let me say, 2-3 weeks. Okay, so this is how it's going to end up, that people's finances will be shaken because jobs will be lost. Now, if jobs are going to be massively lost, it means that you are going to see job opportunities. All right? Because every time companies are laying out staff, they're also recruiting, but maybe not at the same rate. They are recruiting different kind of staff. Just like when ATMs came, they fired a lot of cashiers, but then they recruited the services of people that fix ATMs. Okay, cashiers do manual stuff. Cashiers are gone. People that fix ATM, they use their brain. People that build ATM software. You get, so start navigating towards careers that involve brain work. Okay, so that's one thing that will happen. Massive job loss. Okay, and if there's gonna be massive job loss, a whole lot of people will try to look for recruitment. What product or service can you offer? Millions of people in the next 3-4 months will look for recruitment. You understand? I'm just giving you ideas of how to start preparing for something that will happen. Now, if you're around during this lockdown, and your job is already doing, like, sometimes if they're going to fire you in 2 months, you start feeling it. You start suspecting that the temperature in this office is starting to change. The air around the office is starting to be negative. You feel it. So if you are feeling that now, this is the time to start applying for a job, or don't wait for you to see your sack letter. These days, they don't send you physical. You will see it in email. We're on remote work now. Okay, so if you're feeling that, start applying for a job. All right, if you feel you can't find a job, it's because what? they are not, you're having a skill that is too common. Go take on online courses. Everything is online now. I used to tell people take my course. Some people, the reason why they have not taken my online course is that they say they prefer physical training. I said physical training is so 1980s. This is 2020. Everything is online. Today I saw a lecturer in Nigeria using Instagram Live to take classes. Instagram Live that people go to twerk. This lecturer has converted it to a tool for live class. You understand? So at the end of the day, what you should know is that things are going to change. It will never remain the same. Most companies will never recall their staff from remote work. Once they have tested and found out that people can actually work from home, they will not want to bring people to the office, because bringing people to the office means that you have to rent desks, these, that, cleaners and stuff, and there are a whole lot of things, incur extra cost, and pay transportation allowance. So most companies will cut transportation allowance and allow people to work from home. So many kind of industries will lose jobs, but so many will gain jobs, like software development. I did courses on it. If you're young, man, you should learn software development. Go and learn it. Like, that's the most surest skill you can be sure of, that any day you wake up, you can find jobs on it. Just go to Google now, type software developer jobs. All right? Google will pick your location. Make sure your location is on. Google will pick your location and give you companies that are currently recruiting as we're talking. Go and do it. Companies are recruiting. They are open jobs. They can't find people that will fill the job. And people are saying they don't have jobs. It's because the skills they have are too common. All right? So if you're watching this video, you should start planning. What is the most important skill I can acquire during this lockdown period that will set me apart? Okay? Go online, take courses. Be better at what you do, so that by the time you resume work, you're much better. You can add it to your CV. You can reapply for work from it. Somebody said, when they said the moment man starts to get close to recreating man and wants to be like him, he will surely cut such off. At the end, it is to create AI and pseudo-human for Lucifer to be worshipped. Be careful. So when the O, I'm just going to quickly address that. Okay. When the O said that once human beings start creating something that looks like human beings, God is going to cut humans off. Now, where we saw that kind of thing was in Tower of Babel. Okay, where human beings were trying to build a building that will get to the clouds. So God said, like, seriously? And God put a confusion in them by making them speak different languages. Because of that, they couldn't complete that. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we have towers that are above the clouds. I was watching Jaroma the other day. She was in a skyscraper that is so high that clouds were beneath her. Why are they not speaking different languages? People are building that same thing that was there in the Bible. People are building it today. Today, human beings have passed building. What is building? People have gone to the moon. Human beings have put a ship on Mars. Elon Musk, what do you think Elon Musk is building? He's building something that will take people outside this world. And I think he's launching in 2022 or so. So if you think that human beings, God is going to hate, do you know how big the universe is? Have you Googled it? This earth is this world we're living is so tiny. If you look at the map of if you put the whole universe in a football field, the earth is like 100,000 times tinier than a grain of sand in that football field. This planet we're in, if you put everything in all the planets, all the stars, if you put them in a map as big as the football field, they said this planet is 100,000 times tinier than a grain of sand in that football field. And you think God will feel jealous that these tiny human beings are trying to build a small robot that looks like another human being? Like, seriously, is that what you're trying to tell? No, think about it. If God created this whole thing that is as big as a football field, he will feel jealous because some tiny little human beings. I'm just cutting myself short of saying that it's bullshit, but actually it's bullshit. Like, however would you call it? You get? So don't think that really that technological advancement is opposing religion. It doesn't oppose it, it's gonna aid it. Like the way we started this live video, man. Technological advancement is gonna make life better. There's nothing evil about technological advancement. That's why we've been surviving. Do you know, if you check, the medical people will tell you here, 99% of species that have lived on this planet have died. This planet is so hard to survive on. In fact, in this world, in this planet, if you do everything well, you can only last 100 years. if you do everything well, 100 years, you're dead. Your body will collapse and die because the whole thing is toxic. So that human beings are still alive on this planet is a miracle that we are always trying to invent technologies to survive. All species of human beings that have lived have died out. They couldn't survive it. When you talk about Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthalensis, Homo florensis, these are species, Homo naledi. These are species, other types of humans that have lived, they have all died out. Same thing with most other species. This world is so toxic. So if we don't keep doing technological advancement, we might get to a point that look at virus, ordinary virus that we can't even see, is trying to wipe us out. Coronavirus is trying to kill us off. If not that, because of technological advancement, they wouldn't have done some research to quickly find out that chloroquine is doing this or this one, that is that. And now they're trying to find the vaccine. It's because of technological advancement. If we're not doing technological advancement, we'll have another 200 million deaths. Like in the olden days that they used to have viral outbreaks. So so when the O has that's it. I'm trying to read the comments here. So CNL Media. So Shade said, I'm a plumber. Yeah, it depends on where you're plumbing. If you're plumbing in Nigeria, poverty, the kind of poverty will follow you, that will follow you. But if you're plumbing in some countries where they play plumbers handsomely well, that's good. One thing everybody should always learn is how to run whatever you're doing as a proper business. Go take courses, see how to register businesses in that country, and then how to put plumbers together and be the manager. Do more brain work than physical work. You will see that you make millions. Okay? Look at the people in that industry that are making the most money. What are they doing different? You get? And then you take the step. You might be surprised the cost of registering a business name or a business properly in that country that you're doing your plumbing might be very cheap. You register it, you look for a co-founder. Okay? You look for how to improve the plumbing industry. What are the biggest challenges that you're facing? Okay? You come up with something like that. Then you go and pitch to investors. Look for somebody that has millions of dollars in their bank account, looking for who to invest in. Tell them that we're trying to start this company. They invest in you. Boom. Yeah, that's how you're growing. But if you think you're going to, miracle is going to happen if you keep fixing people's pipes. Unless one day you're fixing pipe and you discover 1 trillion naira inside one of the pipes. No miracle is going to happen. You have to take a step. All right? So if you're doing physical work, that physical work will be outdated very soon. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get something. So physical work is going to be outdated. So please ask questions. I'm trying to round up this. I can see some of my devices are already running low on battery. Please hit the like button. That thumbs up icon. Click on it. Now I want to put the link to my Telegram. Okay, Telegram is like WhatsApp, but then it can contain more people. It's like the senior brother of WhatsApp. So go to my Telegram and join the channel. Okay, so when I make a broadcast, you can get it. Now I have a new tutorial on running on braintemple.com. So braintemp.org. I have a new tutorial there. This tutorial teaches you how to build websites without writing code. So if you have taken my other tutorial where I taught how to build websites with code, that will make you a software developer. All right. This one is for people that don't like coding. All right. So drag and drop. Once you learn that course, go online. In fact, the first 20 minutes in that course teaches you how to find a job with the skill before we ever start teaching you the skill. And the employment is happening so much. And then these are things you can do in your room. You become part of a company right inside your room. All right. So go online, go online to my website, sign up on that course, braintemp.org. I'm currently having it on a promo. So you see the latest course on braintemp.org. I just made it clickable. Go there. It's going to teach you. You have all those people at home that are telling you that they're jobless. Give them this course. Let them take it and find jobs. All right. Somebody was reaching out to me today that he needed a certain kind of website. At a point, he was like to hell with it, I'm not paying anybody. I will take your course and learn it and do it myself. Software development jobs will never go out. I was watching a mechanic in the US yesterday, a mechanic. He started from becoming a mechanic. He was fixing cars. Then he started taking online courses on software development. So within 4 months, he found a job in a reputable company and he never touched cars again in his life. Okay, so software development is that easy. So if you want the easiest type, learn how to design platforms without coding. Drag and drop, you build the most beautiful website with all the features you need. You see so many clients and companies that are looking for people that have that skill. You apply online. Good. Somebody said my brother is an accountant. He pay workers in his house. Like seriously, these days when people want to start business, they start looking for office location. I'm like, you are stupid, you are mad. Can't you do this in your house? Your head office is your room. You know what I'm saying? Your branches are where your staff is living. You contact them online via email. All right. Interview them via Skype. Recruit them via email. Send them recruitment letter. They sign it and send back. Job has started, though. At the end of the month, you send them their salary via internet. Why do you need the person to come to your office physically? If you want to fire the person, you are using what their platforms, ERP platforms that they use to check how the person is performing. So if this person is not fulfilling their task for the day, you send them a sack letter, they just click pom pom, the person is fired. Period. So many companies are recruiting like that. They don't want you to come to their country. One guy I was mentoring, he started from 20,000 naira. When somebody linked him to me, he was earning only 20,000 naira. Now he's earning, within 2 years, right? Now he's earning about 3,500 British pounds. But he's in Nigeria. He has never left the country. He doesn't know what an airplane looks like. This guy is earning over 1 million naira in Nigeria within 2 years. I mentored him. That's why I'm giving you the example. Within 2 years. From his house. These people are telling Lagos are hard. People are saying Lagos are hard because of traffic. Like, must you be in traffic? This is 2020, for God's sake. If you can switch your skills a little, you don't need to be in traffic. Just install cool AC in your house, put your standby power supply, and then boom, your office is your head office. You look for companies that are looking for remote workers. There are so many companies. In fact, this COVID-19 has made it so obvious that so many companies need remote workers. Go to my site, take that course. At least buy it for somebody that you know. There is always like a wife or husband that needs to take this course. And of course, you need a laptop. If the person doesn't have a laptop, it's not going to work. It's a web design. It works on laptop. Fidelis said, it is evil to cheat everybody. It creates room for small amount of people to control the minds of majority of the people. Okay, I think we have passed that chipping this thing. Fidelis, I've already blocked somebody that was I didn't block, I just muted him for some time. Okay, level low, all the know-how and money or self-worth won't land you into eternity. Wendy, I think we are done with the whole eternity thing. Check out this chat. Can you pin down your direct link? Okay, I've not ever tried the pinning thing. Let me see whether it works. Pinning does not work. Oh, I don't know how to pin. Who knows how to pin that? Somebody should send me any safety pin. So, but I put the link on the chat. Okay, I'm trying to look at the final comment before I round up. I'm rounding up this broadcast. What is the title of this course you're talking about? Okay, there are two. Software development for absolute beginners. All right, like if you've never done anything in software, that is the course. And so many people are taking, even mothers that are at home, even mothers that are nursing mothers, they're using laptop every day. And you will see, somebody was sending me what they built today. Very nice design. This is somebody that knew nothing 2 weeks ago. She's now a front-end developer. Okay. Then the second one is software development with WordPress and Elementor. Okay. These two does not involve you to code. WordPress and Elementor, which means it's going to teach you, that one is like, it's going to teach you how to buy a domain name, how to buy your hosting, how to log into your cPanel and set up everything, and how to create your own email addresses. That is your, for instance, support@davepartner.com, not just Gmail. It's going to put you through all those things one by one. At the end of the day, in fact, the beginning of the course shows you how you can apply for jobs. That's the first thing I covered there. So by the time you're getting into the job, you know that, into the course, you know that job is already waiting. So any questions specifically? Hey, mine, Uyi TV is like, you just came, or you've missed an entire 1 hour. Shady, please go to the site and you see it is the latest course at the bottom of the site. So I'm dropping. Yes, I'll pin it. I'll pin it after the course, after this video. Once I drop this live video, you can always make reference to it. All right. So, any questions? Any questions before I round up? Any questions before I round up? I'm looking at the comments. Drop your comments quickly. Shady said I'm interested. Yes, I've already dropped the link. I hope you can see the link. Okay, let me drop it one more time. Go to the link and you'll see the latest courses at the bottom of the screen. Okay, web development. Okay, career web development. More courses are coming. I'm trying to create really strategic courses that if you take it, you can actually see impact. Not really aspire to inspire. I can do aspire to inspire to perspire on YouTube. But when it comes to courses, I want courses that you will take practical something. If you're serious with it, you're going to get results within the month, within a month or two, you'll get results. You understand? I have YouTube courses. Over 50 people that have taken my courses have reported progress. I'm following some people's YouTube channel just because they took my course. I'm seeing progress. Somebody's at 25,000 subscribers already. Okay. So there's a YouTube course. If you're the type that you don't want to learn anything, but there is always a free time you have in the day, maybe when you're coming back from work, man, start a YouTube channel. That's work. That's 20-30 minutes work you do on your camera, record videos, put it on YouTube like that. Talk about stuff. If you do that every day, in 30 days, you have 30 videos. In 60 days, you have 60 videos. Tell me how you can have 120 videos and you're not already making side income from YouTube. You know? So go to my channel, sign up for the YouTube course. Sign up for the YouTube course. Everybody should have YouTube, even kids. Kids, the richest YouTuber is already 9 years old. Richest YouTuber in the whole world, $22 million per. Because there are a lot of young people in the world now. If you can do something that can appeal to them. Me now, I can't do things that will appeal to young people. Like, what am I going to do with nursery school students? But some people are teachers. They are teaching in nursery school, primary schools. You understand? They don't know that there are millions of kids. Why are you teaching only 20, 25? When you can teach 1 million, go to take your hustle to YouTube. Go sign up for my YouTube course. Learn the secrets. You understand? Learn the secret, the tips. If you go do it on your own, then you have to make the mistakes I made. Which means it can take you 2-3 years before you figure out what you're even doing on YouTube, where your front is and your back. The tiny little secrets. But if you take a course from somebody that has already done it, I have like 130,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you take a course, within a month or two, you start seeing results. YouTube courses on my site. All right. So I'm gradually adding up more really practical courses. There's a course on how to create tutorials online. That course is like the cheapest on the site. Now I'm going to increase it very soon. Once I drop this corner, I'll go and increase it. How to create tutorials online. Some of you were good in maths when you were in school. Do you know how many people that are bad in maths in the whole world? Do you know how many people? The number of people that are bad in maths is millions waiting for you to make. People don't mind paying you $10, $20 just to learn from you. And you're struggling for money. You don't have money. Like, seriously? Every knowledge you have is worth a lot. Some people understood chemistry so much that they love. What was your best course in school? Get a whiteboard. All right? Make a video. Teach it. Take my course on. You see how to record these videos, the softwares to use, whatever to put together, and how to take it online. And they will start paying you. You don't need to advertise it. Go and take my courses on my site. How to create online courses. So Unique said you're pinning your own link. Whose own link? Unique comrade, tell me the link of the person you're talking about, all right? Okay, so I think I've exhausted the comment section and I'm going to shut down. Is there any other thing I'm missing? I'm trying to scroll through just to be sure. Maya said I know maths. Millions of people. Maths is a compulsory subject in millions of countries, all right? So if you are that good with numbers, man, you're gonna make millions. All right, so go to my site, take a course on the tutorial course, how to make online tutorials. It's there. It's there. Take the course, you will see it. All right. What they do is that they send you an ATM card from abroad, a bank abroad. They will send it, mail it within a week or two. You receive your own ATM card. Every month, people that paid your course, you receive your account in the money in there. They will send it to your ATM card, so you can go to any ATM card in Nigeria or any part of the world and withdraw cash in that currency. I've been to different parts of the world. I use that my ATM everywhere. In fact, it has saved me some time when my Nigerian banks were not working. I just brought out my ATM from my online tutorials, put it. I have over 80,000 students online. So when I'm telling you things about online tutorial, I know what I'm saying. I have the highest number of tutorials students in Africa when it comes to software development. You understand? So I have an entire channel. Forget that you're on this channel. I have an entire channel where I talk only software development. The only very few people here that know about that channel, because most of my students, they are Indians and Americans. So when I'm telling you, go take my course, take it serious. And this is not much. That online tutorial course, I think is like only 1 hour. Like seriously, just 1 hour. So the world is gonna change. Just get ready for it. Use this lockdown period. Finally grab that course, learn this, learn that, and be ready. You get what I'm saying? My site, I pasted it, so let me paste it again. brainterm.org. So once I drop this call, you will see it in the comments too. I've already pinned it. That's my site, okay? brainterm.org. Go there, you'll see the YouTube course. Okay, you will see the web development courses. And what else? All the courses I've made. Yes. You don't need to be all my courses are for absolute beginners. In fact, I spend extra time trying to explain the tiniest concept, because I know that once you understand it at that level, you have understood the whole course. Anybody that's taken my course, you will know that I explain the tiniest concept very well. I take out screenshots, I explain this, that. So you don't need to be computer literate, but you need to have a computer. Most of the courses, not all, most of the courses, you will say, I'll state it clear before you even sign up, that if you don't have a computer, forget it. You can't take this course. The ones you can take, I will tell you. If you can borrow computer, good. But you don't need to be computer literate or anything. If you can watch Netflix on computer, that's it. You know where to press to on the computer, where to press to watch Netflix. That's all you need. All right. Final question. I'm rounding up at in 1 or 2 minutes time. Do you have any final question? Any course on any hardware description language? No, I don't have any now. Not at all. But I've been considering that. You can chat me up, okay? Send me the particular language you're talking about. Let me see if I can do something on it. You can chat me up on Instagram, or you send me an email, RealDevPartner. Yes, my WhatsApp number is there too. If you go to brainterm.org and try to sign up for any course, you see my WhatsApp number there. I'll put it on the chat too. So His Majesty says, should I elaborate more? I've made full courses on this. For YouTube, I made 2 courses. One is 33 videos. I taught everything about YouTube. Things you can't even Google. Things I've only learned by experience. All right? I've taught it there. One is for people that want to start YouTube, that don't have laptop. If you can use your phone, it's the short course. It's cheaper, the short course. If you want to use YouTube on your phone only, all right, that's the short course. But if you want the full course, it contains the short course too. All right. So I've done that. So go to that site, sign up, watch the full videos, then start your own YouTube channel. Yes, your videos are taken down because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know the YouTube rules. Mine, TV said I tried the YouTube thing, but my videos are always taken down. Yeah, you don't know the YouTube rules. Take my course. You learn all the tiny little rules. Sometimes they don't even tell you the rules. You have to make mistake and they'll punish you before you realize that this kind of rule exists. And then how to bring your videos back up. Sometimes they take it down by mistake. I taught in that course how to find real YouTube staff. You chat with them, explain why your video is not supposed to be taken down, and they will go and sort it out for you, remove the copyright or content strike. If you want to sign up, Security, how do I sign up for your course? It's go to brainterm.org. I've been posting the link in the chat. Scroll up and down, you'll see the link, brainterm.org. Okay, if I drop this chat, you'll see it in the first comment to his pin. Yes. He says, can somebody without degree or certification get, do you know, I have, like I told you, I get jobs for a lot of software developers, a lot. I find jobs for them. And I'm telling you, I know many of them are either not graduates or they dropped out. In software development, nobody cares. What they care is, can you pass that interview? If you pass it, boom, that's it. Nobody cares whether you went to school or not. Even in US, they have started doing it. Like 2 years ago, they removed the limit. Is it 2 years or last year? Apple officially removed academic qualifications from interview process. Apple did it. I think Facebook did it too. They removed. They say whether you went to school or not is nothing. All right. So whether you went to school, especially with software development, there might be other fields like medicine and law where you must have a certain kind of certain degree. In software development, nobody, even the certificate for the software, nobody asks you. The thing you say you know in software development or the course you took, nobody asks you for the certificate. No. What they do is they set an interview for you, you pass it, boom, they give you the job. So for smartphone, yes, go and take the YouTube, the short course for people that are using smartphones. Take the YouTube course, the short course on my platform. Christian Crispo said I have Spanish friend and are interested. You can chat me up. I know you have my numbers and all. Chat me up. Let's talk about that. Well, I'm gonna tell you a story. I made the best course on a software development platform called Laravel. Is a framework you use to build advanced apps. So I made the best course in the world on it. So I have hundreds of thousands of people watching that course. So some of my friends, some of my fans in Brazil, they don't understand English. So when they searched for the tutorial to that thing, my course was the only one they found. You know what they did? These guys formed a community and they were taking this course without understanding the language. Oh my God, if I'm Dangote, there are some people I will give money in this life. This guy took the whole course, then he sent me a message, started chatting me up on Facebook. You know, he was telling me, thank you for the course. When I now asked him where are you from, he said he's from Brazil. I said, okay, so you speak English? He said he doesn't speak English. I said, how come you're chatting with me using English language? He said he's using a translator. That was when I now realized that, yes, his English was actually awkward. You know, when somebody has to type something in a translator, translates the English, then they type to you, they send to you, you send, they put it in translator to understand. He was trying to ask me a question about a certain place. So this guy just off the volume, right? And was following my mouse gestures. And then YouTube allows me to automatically translate my words into English, which means if somebody is watching it from another language, YouTube automatically translates it to that other language, the what do you call it? Subtitle. So it will be possible for them. Maybe somebody can take it and start. Okay, how can I pay with euro? Like if you sign up on the course, you will see that there's a place you can easily transfer money from any part of the world. Okay, when you get to payment page, you will see there's a description. Thanks, Adigun. I hope I'm pronouncing the name well. Thanks a lot. You too. You're fine too. And I think we're done with the questions. So in euro, like, yeah, you will see, once you translate the amount, you'll see how to send money in euro. Yeah, there's a way to pay. Yes, you can work with your phone. YouTube, yes. You can run your entire YouTube with your phone. My first year of running YouTube was only on phone. Yes, okay, I think we're good, we're good. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in live. I hope you learned. One thing I make sure is that every time somebody comes to my videos, that the person learns a lot. I always make sure for that you don't go the same way, right? I hope you learned a lot. Feel free to drop more comments in the comment section. I'll come back to read them later. Don't forget to sign up on my courses and follow me up on all social media. Instagram, follow me, all right? I do different kinds of videos there. Telegram, join my Telegram group, okay? And then go to my site and see if there's any course that you can pick up, okay? Or pick up for someone during this lockdown, all right? Thank you very much, guys. See you.